Might you recognize that within this life and within previous embodiments that you may have been a part of, there is a need for almost a looking at in a perspective that is held from not a lesser aspect of you, but from more of the engagement as would a child when looking upon something in wonderment, in possibility, and promise. And so as you weave this day in the wonderment of all that might be, might you see that you are a being who is unbounded, but now bound by the soul and life experience, and that you have chosen to take this form, this physical form, so that you might experience this life, to know in an unparalleled way why you are as you are and what is to be known by you in this journey. And so do recognize that this occurrence, this life, this nowness of time was something that you specifically requested because you wanted to understand how this dimensionality would feel. And within this dimensionality, there was an aspect, perhaps an emotional aspect, that you wanted to more personally know. And so you came into this life, and perhaps others, with that intention, with that intent. And over time, you have been separated from that initial embodiment where you knew more specifically what you wanted to understand. And perhaps in the separation of time, have become adrift of that initial query. And now we seek for you to remember an aspect of that, or to at least acknowledge that this is so. And so will you sit in what we would consider a meditative posture, but it is mainly to allow a crossing of energy to not occur. And so this is why you might place your hands on your lap, cupped, and your feet firmly upon the floor, uncrossed, for this initial encounter and for this explanation and understanding. And now we ask for you to place the mental mind upon the shelf and for you to focus intently on that space which is now vacant, for you have placed the mind adjacent to, although connected, that mental cavity space. And we ask for you to see a swirling of white light entering in at the crown area of your head, and to feel the energy swirling in that cavity as it wipes away any other aspect that is within and left in that mental cavity, since you have placed the mind outside of it. And now we ask for you to sit briefly, seeing that white light, golden flecked light, entering in through the crown area, swirling about this cavity as you place your hands upon your heart and see a figure 8 formation move from the heart center to that mental cavity with that light streaming in as you focus on your heart center and this figure 8 flow. Do this for a moment, and then we will continue. Now that you have connected with this figure eight formation, your heart center, to that mental cavity, we will begin again. But we want you to focus from the heart space, moving to that mental space, and to know that all is as it should be, and all is right within the world, and that you are receptive to receive. And we ask for you to pose the question, why am I here? And what might I know that would be of value for me to know at this time? And for you to stay with this thought process, with this concept for a time, as you simply allow a bubbling up to occur, a first realization to occur, a knowingness that this is so, or perhaps even may be so that your days that progress from this one, you are in that receptive state of knowing that there is more that you are yet to know and discover in this lifetime today.